Hello, my name is Phoenix and welcome to Nooby Gaming, and today we will be starting a new game called SWAN Chernobyl Unexplored. Just checking what it's called. I know it was Chernobyl something, but I wasn't quite sure what. Haven't played this before. I ran through a little bit of it just to see what it was. Basically, it's a first-person type of game. It's an indie game, from what I can tell. I don't know much about it, but here we go. Yeah, it's some sort of survival horror, sci-fi, supernatural things set around Chernobyl. Basically, after the disaster in the 1980s. So, without further ado, here we go. Right. Okay, slightly strange way of doing that.
On the 26th of April, 1986, near the city of Pripyat in Ukraine, a disastrous catastrophe had taken place. The reactor Unit 4 of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant had broken down, which led to its explosion and subsequently to radioactive contamination of the vast area. In a short period of time, over 350,000 people were evacuated and resettled. A restricted zone was designated around this power plant, which extends to many kilometers. All buildings within this zone, including the surrounding city, were abandoned. At the beginning of February 1987, 9 months after the disaster, a team of scientists from the Moscow Institute of Physics and Technology, which measured radiation in this exclusion zone, received signals that proved the existence of people operating in this area. Also, various unexplained anomalies had been discovered, which could have resulted from a type of radiation previously unknown to scientists.
Interesting.
It turned out that near the city of Pripyat, the SWAN Institute was also located here. Its name comes from the abbreviation Syndrome Without a Name, the term given to the group of symptoms that do not occur in any known and catalogued disease. The facility was unofficially conducting a research program on unprecedented and very disturbing neurological and psychological disorders for many years. After the disaster,
I would
the
imagine
institute was
that footage was from
during the
Hospital
evacuation
6 or
operation
somewhere, was it? Where
because
a
it
lot
was
of
not
the
included on any map. Only a few people from
victims
the
of
USSR
the
Ministry of
accident
Internal
was found.
Affairs knew about its existence. But after the Chernobyl accident, they chose not to perform rescue operations on its territory. Scientists received details regarding the Institute's scope of activity from an anonymous person. The facility was top secret and cut off from the rest of the world. People were sent there from all over the globe, and each medical case was unique in its own way. Because of the extraordinary abilities resulting from unexplored and undiagnosed diseases, patients were a threat to the environment. They were caged up and lived in strict isolation.
I bet they did.
This entire situation was kept secret from people outside the government, other than the few scientists who were made aware of the Institute's activities. Scientists from the Moscow Institute, experts from the General Nuclear Inspectorate of Ukraine, and the rescue staff decided to send a special research and rescue expedition immediately to clarify the source of the anomalies and to save people who might still be alive. The group was commanded by Alexei Tokovsky, a rescue specialist. After determining the exact coordinates of the facility, the group reached the place and got inside.
Alexei?
However,
Well,
all
Alexei,
people were separated and lost contact with each other in unexplained circumstances.
like you do. Chernobyl Unexplored, that's right. Okay.
To all the people whose life changed irreversibly after the events of April 1986 in Chernobyl.
Dedication, interesting. Okay. Right, not live yet. Playable yet, no. We go. Right, so first of all, I guess we're gonna need a torch. Yeah. No. Journal. Okay, so press tab to open the journal whenever we need it. Torch. I wonder if this is gonna be like Left Behind then, when you can only pick things up when you need them. Goodbye, Alexei. So I guess that's me fucked, eh? Okay. Oh, we can jump. Okay. They took my home away. It's dangerous here. Okay. Good. What the fuck is that? Okay, well, something from Soviet times. The Swan, hence the Swan Institute. Scary flickery light. A bit of a David Lynch movie, but there we go. Right, here we go. What have we here? Since the incident, the telephone has been ringing less and less. I hope that Professor Kaidnovsky knows what he's doing, especially now that the anomalies keep getting stronger and the patients are getting more detached by the day. I myself barely manage to cope mentally. Okay, cabinet. Hmm. Is there anything we can touch as the phone? Hello? Right. Whoa! Fuck me, I take it that's the hotline. I kill me. Knowledge of foreign language is an important part in our life. Vladimir Ulyanov, isn't it? Lenin? Vlad, anyway. Right. Locked with a key. Oh, I see. It's a bit rude. Okay, we got mules. What else we got? You on the telly? Right, come on, I'm missing fucking Richard and Judy, yeah? Right. Read. I've left the detector in the locker for you. It will come in handy when that damnation appears again. Please remember to turn off the light when it's close by and don't ruin it, please. I hope we will meet again, alive. Very ambitious given the circumstances. Right, so I take it this is the detector, yes. Let's have a look at the detector then, shall we? K-type, Kadanovsky's and ionizing radiation detector. It detects radioactive pollution and shows its level. Hmm. Handy as far as it goes. Reliable and resilient like a tank. This torch, apparently. Fucking hell, Russians built things to last back in the day. Or Soviets, rather. Chernobyl was actually in Ukraine. Oh, we've got a game save here. Interesting. Scary box, okay. Alright, let's turn that off for a moment. What we got here? Oh, we got a tape. Have some of that. What we got over here? The safe, which is unavailable. Right. Open the cupboard. Oh! Right, we need a password, do we? Jolly do. Let's see what we can find then. Insert and play cassette.
Her medical case was exciting and nightmarish at the same time. 1. I have no idea why, but this monotonous and seemingly funny melody made this woman appear from practically nowhere. 3. It is a contrast of sorts. How a completely innocent sound was a foretelling or an omen of the atrocity to come. 9. Horrifying beauty. 4.
So we got 4 numbers. What else we got? To our revered comrade Kadanovsky, with kindest regards. Dear Andrei, our friend, we, your party comrades, would like to express our pride of your membership. Your input is invaluable. You are one of the founding block of our ever-growing community. We are deeply convinced that your work will keep on strengthening both our friendship and the party's might. Thank you for your arrival at the official decoration ceremony. Please remember, you can always count on us. Long live the Ukrainian Socialist Soviet Republic. Long live the USSR. All very patriotic, comrade, eh? Okay, well, I guess let's try that number out on the computer, is it? 1394. Hey, there we go. Loading files. Loaded Kadenovsky computer. No, start at the top. SWAN factor. I'm convinced of the existence of the SWAN factors. I'm convinced of the existence of the SWAN factor. Since the beginning, I've believed it's achievable and I can obtain it. If that were not the case, this whole project, institute, equipment, personnel, none of this would have existed. Everything comes down to one thing. There is one goal to it all. The discovery and extraction of a factor which makes each individual case unique among all the medical cases collected here, and which displays its own abilities. The military is expecting results. As long as they're paying, the work will continue. A binding capsule. The binding capsule is a remarkable device, just like the mind reader. Since the beginning, it was our most ambitious project, even though it was, and still is, created in an extremely difficult time for us. And it is not made to create, but to destroy. When it all got out of control and the damned incident started to cause all those sick events, we had to look for rescue. Who would have helped us? The party? The ministry? Fuck them. It's too late now anyway. Fair enough. Nothing changes. The thought of noting down the history of the beginning of the Institute has been coming to my mind for quite some time now. The construction of the SWAN Institute had begun at the beginning of the 1970s. The whole operation was oversaw by me, medical science professor Andrei Kadenovsky. I was also designated by the USSR ruling party as the director of the facility. The first meaningful decision for me to make was the location of the institute. It is not accidental. The facility is placed near a peaceful town of Pripyat, which was just being built. A nuclear power plant was under construction in the nearby Chernobyl at the time, which was supposed to provide clean atomic energy. I decided that the surrounding area would be well guarded and nobody would dare to bother the people in the facility. The Institute is a high security facility, surrounded by a tall wall and hidden in a forest. In 1973, the first patients arrived. In the following years, it kept on growing, and it was extended, I guess, to accommodate more patients, with new wings and wards getting added. Okay. Save. We got in a safe then, eh? Now we have a key. Oh dear. Right, it said to turn the light off if any abominations show up, so we'll do that. With the music on, oh shit. Maybe the music produces radiation. Seemingly. Oh, we got a light on. Game saved. Ominous. Is that a light? Why would there be a light on in here, though? Oh, it's the... Well, no, it's not the torch, is it? Okay, for some reason there's a golden light in there. I'm not sure what that's about. Flickery David Lynch light. Okay. So we got the key now. Oh, we got machines. And just reflective surface, I guess.
For some time now, the dimensions have been increasing. It is time to end this. Luckily, we were able to finish the mind reader prototype. Connecting it to a human brain was troublesome at first, but the procedure gives expected results, and the device can be used after entering the intermediary room. Something incredible was achieved here, something gargantuan. First there was Gagarin, and the first man travels into space. And now we are also multidimensional travelers. If only the world could hear about this.
So why don't you tell us the world, eh? Okay. Oh, got some nice analog machinery here. What's this big bastard? No, it's inactive, whatever it is. Probably for the best. Anything in the drawers? No. Okay, use computer. Okay, binding capsule management system. Calibration. Alright, before we turn it on, let's have a look at the description. The mind reader system is one of the inventions coming from Professor Kadenovsky, the director of the SWAN Institute. In recent years, the patient's visions have become so deep and vivid that they have begun to seep through to new parallel dimensions that run alongside our reality and to imprint on them. The need for understanding those visions and the essence of their evolution had pushed the Institute's personnel to construct a special device that would allow the user to travel to such dimensions. The SWAN Institute engineering team, led by Professor Kadenovsky, created a prototype of the mind reader device. It consists of two key elements. Number one, the binding capsule. Innovative technology was used to create the capsule and to allow the connection between the device's body and the user's mind. Such a solution is also a security measure against the use of the mind reader by unauthorized individuals. After completing the procedure of binding the user's mind with the mind reader, the user is able to see portals in other dimensions created by the patients. They are shaped in the form of dark spheres. After entering the dimension, the transition to intermediary room takes place and opens a pathway to the chosen dimension. This GUI again isn't brilliant, but then I guess it's because it's a indie game. 2. Mind Reader Core Device. It is a device similar in size to a classic sidearm. It is activated at the point of entry to a spherical portal. The device is used to detect thoughts created by patients and hidden in parallel dimensions. After the discovery of the first dimensions, The engineering team conducted a prototype test of the mind reader. During the test, they found out that the expansion of the dimensions can be stopped by destroying particles of thoughts which they contain. This is why the mind reader was upgraded with the thought obliteration function. Right. Okay, let's get this show on the road. System active. Alright, the binding capsule itself, presumably. Enter the capsule. Right, so I am now connected to the mind reader. Nothing seems out of the ordinary thus far. Run. Okay, I don't see why I should run. Oh, good to test it out. Do not follow this path. Right, we'll leave that for a bit then. A bluebird. As in Project Bluebird, I wonder. Oh. Doors opening automatically. Oh, nice. So I take it this is some sort of a procedure room. The amount of blood would suggest so. Okay, we've got a key here. And a note here. Case description and observations. Patient with numerous first and second degree burns on the whole body, but not displaying any damage to the neurological system. A lightning attractor particle was discovered in the patient's body, causing her to get hit by lightnings several times per day. Lichtenberg figures, colored brown and bluish red, form on her whole body. The patient possesses a special ability of summoning ball lightnings that follow her steps. Yeah, now Lichtenberg figures are a real thing, aren't they, I think? They're kind of like those tree shapes. I've heard of them before, anyway. Okay, so where do we go now? We've got the, okay, so we don't go in that one. Chief nurse's room. That's not creepy at all. Again, large quantity of blood. Hmm. 27th of January 1987. It is getting worse. All employees are living in fear. We do not have control over anything anymore. Patients used to get locked up for safety behind armored doors, but it is us who have to stay behind them now. This whole ward was a joke from the beginning. Humane conditions and good care have never existed here. Those people's diseases made us see them as wild animals, and now everything turned against us. The worst thing is, there is no escape out of here, and the hunt has already begun. Oh, ominous. TV? No. More creepy dolls. Oh. Okay. Can we open this up? Brick wall. Okay. Oh. Turn off the torch. How do we do that? We should turn off the torch. Here's one. Oh. Shit. Oh, this isn't good. Okay. Right. Oh. And now we can go. Okay, that was kind of freaky. Oh. More doors opening by themselves. Which isn't creepy at all. Okay. Okay, I guess there's no getting out. Mate, are you alright up there? Right, we got a floating person. That's perfectly normal, of course. Oh, we got another key. I like our keys in this game, don't we? Well, it is the 80s, I suppose. Okay. Looks like this person has been through something of an event. Oh. Okay. Nearly shot himself. Ah, dark sphere. So this must be one of the dimensions they were talking about. Okay, let's have a look. Perfectly sensible thing to do. Who are you?
I am an entity born from experiments that had been taking place in this institute. Those who had witnessed my creation called me the SWAN phenomenon. I developed my own consciousness, and I exist trapped between reality and abstract space-time.
That sounds uncomfortable. Okay, what experiments were those? Why were they undertaken?
I was never a regular person, even though I vividly remember the time when I lived free as a human. My condition was incredibly difficult, and no medical doctor could help me. The symptoms increased to such a point, I was becoming a danger to myself and my surroundings. I then got rejected by my family and persecuted by various people. They tried to kill me.
Okay, that sounds quite village-like and barbaric, doesn't it? Keep talking.
One day, I received a message from a professor who said he was familiar with my case and thought he could try to help me. He claimed to be the founder and director of a specialist facility for people with rare, unknown and dangerous ailments. I was supposed to be put to various tests and undertake experimental treatment methods.
Okay. Professor, was that Kaidanovsky?
Yes, Professor Andrei Kaidanovsky. I saw you getting into his office. Even his notes speak of what despicable man he is.
Okay. What exactly happened when you got here?
Departure for the Institute was a blessing to me, an escape from a life full of suffering and becoming sicker by the day. Only here was I given a glimpse of hope, a slight shadow of a chance for a cure. For the first time, someone had reached out a helping hand. When I met Kaidanovsky, he was extremely kind-hearted,
I'm sure he
promising
was.
his full involvement in my conditions research and attempts to bring me back to full health.
Okay. What was next? I have to say, our character doesn't seem particularly shocked, does he, by any of this? Okay.
Everything changed when the research has started. I very quickly realized that something else was the main objective here, but it was too late to back out. People like me got locked up in here and were kept by force. They were
Okay.
used for research on obtaining and isolating the so-called SWAN factor for the Soviet Army's needs, apparently.
Okay. Psychological guinea pig then. It sounds a little bit like the first Outlast game. In as much as, you know, they're keeping people contained to look for some quality that they have, essentially.
It is a factor present in anybody infected with the SWAN-type disease. It makes them unique and grants special abilities, not necessarily good ones. According to the professor, due to the incredible power of my symptoms, I was a great potential source. At the same time, the level of complexity of my illness was extremely high. Experimental methods used by Kaidanovsky did nothing. It frustrated him greatly, triggered some inhuman instincts, even drove him mad.
I see.
He'd work on my case for hours. I was not indifferent to that. I was suffering and feeling inhuman pain.
Good. Okay, well, that's not going to leave you in the happiest state, is it? And what happened to you then?
Thanks to the power of all the devices constructed especially for me, the factor had finally left my body by itself. It
Okay.
divided into two separate entities, light and shadow. I am
Oh,
the
like
shadow
Darth Revan.
entity. You could say that the original me died. However, my consciousness keeps on living in those two elements separated by the factor.
Okay. So if you're the shadow, yes, where is the light part?
At this moment, I have to warn you. The portal you've located, thanks to the Mind Reader, did not appear for no reason. Mind Reader
Okay.
was created in this institute to find those portals and destroy the dimensions they lead to. But for the portal to form and the creator to be able to walk through it, something terrifying is required. If you have special abilities, it is possible to possess a person's life essence through murder and modify space-time to a point. The existence of each portal means somebody's death.
Right, so if you want to go to, well, each dimension then represents somebody that's died. Okay. Keep talking. Keep talking, that's a bit blunt, isn't it? To speak to some kind of godlike supernatural entity, but there we go. Alright, keep talking then.
Portal's creation destabilizes your human reality. Changes happening in parallel dimensions are starting to have a destructive impact on this world. This is why they have to be destroyed as soon as possible. It is not possible to determine what can happen exactly, but any disturbance to the space-time continuum structure may have terrifying consequences for the whole mankind.
Okay. I don't think this was made by somebody whose first language is English. And why only mankind would it be scary for? Surely if space-time breaks down, everybody's screwed, aren't they? Do you suspect the portals are created by the light part of the phenomenon?
It is not to be excluded. After my incident, various tragedies started happening in the Institute. Someone or something started to wreak havoc in here. Chaos
Okay.
took away many lives and new portals were created. It is a lie that the patients did this, although it is most likely what you will read in the staff's notes. I believe it is something much more powerful, some unknown force. This is why the Institute's personnel was trying to fight it so frantically, constructing the mind reader in the process.
Okay, so is the light side of this character the... Yeah, I think it's called the light side, isn't it? Is that what we've been seeing walking about and being freaky and stuff? Okay. Do you know exactly what happened to my... Do you know what exactly happened to my unit? Where are my people? Are they alive?
You shall find out in due time, as I'm sure we'll meet again. In a moment,
Great.
you will enter the so-called intermediary room. It is a place between the human world and the extra-dimensional one. That's where you get to the memory wasteland, one of the parallel dimensions. That's
Okay.
where the dimension's creator's thoughts are stored and form the foundation for the dimension's existence. When you destroy them, you return to the Institute, and the dimension ceases to exist. Maybe you'll find more portals when you explore the corridors. Remember, each of them means somebody's death.
Right, okay. Right, so let's go to the intermediary room then. Hmm. Looks like quite a normal human room. Yeah. See what this is. Memory wasteland. As if it has become my second home, I'm starting to lose my senses while looking for other people's memory scraps so they can replace my own memories. The more I do it, the more I wonder if what I do makes any sense. At the end of the day, the patient's thoughts are their escape from everything that constrains them inside the Institute's walls. I know that those people presented danger to their surroundings, but they have created their own world in which they're free. And here I am, stuck in here and destroying everything. I need to speak to Kadenowski when I next return to the Institute. Okay. Machines. Oh, we got here. Every time I come here, I pass through this strange portal. When I enter it, bliss overflows me. I do not feel pain nor fear. Everything bad disappears for a split second, like in the dying person's last moments. The most scary thing is that this incredible power has arisen from a horrifying crime. Freedom and escape tempt the patient and push them to the worst atrocities. Are their actions possible to be ever forgiven? Hmm. Age-old question. Right. Mind reader intermediary. Mind reader system is one of Professor Kadenovsky's, the Institute director's, inventions. Mind reader is a tool for the detection and obliteration of thoughts, created by patients imprinting their visions in parallel dimensions while escaping reality and disappearing into the deep layers of space-time continuum. The extra-dimensional areas are called memory wastelands. The Institute's staff travels to parallel dimensions, which keep on expanding and becoming more and more dangerous, and destroys them using the mind reader device. Professor Kadenovsky had built the intermediary room for his staff, where the staff members traveling to other dimensions can return during their work. It was created mainly to protect the workers from anomalies subsequently forming in new dimensions. Many of the staff members risk their lives so that they can keep working on new obliteration methods and reduce the ever-increasing danger. Coming back from parallel dimensions requires massive amounts of energy in order to generate a space-time tunnel, so such travels may last many days for the workers, and that is why they can use the intermediary room as shelter. Okay. So I'm guessing then that the black spheres are the time tunnels. Maybe? I don't know. Okay. Well, before we go in there, I think that's probably enough for today. Not quite sure what's going to await us in the room beyond. And I hope you enjoyed this interesting, I think, playthrough of the first part of, or the first part of the playthrough of S.W.A.N, Chernobyl Undiscovered. And please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll speak to you next time. As always, thank you for watching, and bye for now.